Voting on the stimulus package is happening. However, it may be a little bit different than we originally anticipated. The full details in this video. Also, Pramila Jayapal, the leader of the Progressive Caucus, made some comments today about the House of Representatives. We'll see what she had to say. And some remarks out of President Biden today about the surging inflation that all of us are feeling right now. Again, we'll talk about what he had to say about this massive issue. All of that plus more to be covered in this video. Let's get into this right away. But really quickly, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so yet, or if you happen to be new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. Let's get into this and talk about everything that is happening as of now. All right, earlier today, I brought you that video and said they have plans to vote on both packages today, the reconciliation bill and the accompanying infrastructure bill. Well, of course, just like always, we have a few changes. However, they're not scrapping everything completely. They will still be voting, but things are changing a little bit. So rather than running through with the final votes on the reconciliation bill today in the House, what they're actually going to be doing instead is actually holding a procedural vote. It's kind of like a placeholder. Basically, that's all it really is. Basically, they essentially do like this practice vote to see if they have the necessary amount of votes to get it through and to kind of give it like a little taste test to see, okay, how are we feeling about this thing? How are we going to go with this? So they're hoping that they can hold this procedural vote in the House to kind of secure the votes that they need for the reconciliation bill and to satisfy the needs of the progressives. And then shortly thereafter, following it up, they're going to be bringing the infrastructure package to the floor in the House to finally pass it and then move it on to the president for the final signature, turning it into law. So the reconciliation bill originally, as it was introduced last week by the president, was actually introduced as a $1.75 trillion package. However, in the course of a week, they bumped it up by $100 billion. It is now up to $1.85 trillion is the new official price tag on the reconciliation bill after they have added some more provisions within it. So they are making progress on this thing, but either way, today they will still be holding those votes, even though, back and forth, we've seen so many delays on this thing. But basically what happened is the reason they're not going to bring the final votes to the floor in the House today is simply because there's a handful of moderates in the House who are requesting that they get the final tallies from the CBO, Congressional Budget Office, and the final numbers on this whole reconciliation bill. Now, there are some people out there saying this could take several weeks before we actually get this information. On the other hand, we do have other people saying, well, it could only take a couple days. Well, we'll have to see what that actually shakes out to be, but these moderate Democrats want to see the final tallies on everything within the reconciliation bill before they feel comfortable actually voting for it. So, interesting. So they want to wait for that CBO report to come out so they can see all the final tallies. So, kind of waiting on that, but either way, they will still be voting on the procedural rule today, along with, followed up shortly thereafter, the infrastructure package. All right, let's talk about Pramila Jayapal. Now, we've talked about her a number of different times here on the channel, and we know that she is the leader of the Progressive Caucus in the House of Representatives. Now, she was out today and made some very interesting comments. She said that it would be worth voting on the reconciliation bill and getting it passed through, even if that means they lose control of the House in the midterm election next year. Whoa, that's serious. So basically what they're willing to do is lose control of the House of Representatives next year with the midterm election if they get this reconciliation bill through. So you can see their priorities here. They want to get this package through, and they feel like if that means we lose control, then fine. That's totally fine with us. So that's kind of interesting because we kind of need to look at this and think, what is actually more powerful right now? Getting this $1.85 trillion package through, or is it holding power for the next 2 years? Well, apparently they're saying passing the package is more powerful to them right now than actually maintaining power in the House of Representatives. Pretty interesting, right? So yeah, she made those comments earlier today. Also, another provision that they wanted to add, and they're adding into this reconciliation bill to actually satisfy some of the people within the House right now, is they want to expand the Salt Deduction. Now, this is a deduction for higher income individuals. The acronym is SALT, State and Local Taxes. So right now you can write off up to $10,000, but they're going to be raising raising that cap up to $80,000 that higher income individuals can actually write off against their federal income tax return. So that'd be a pretty good provision for higher income people. What does it do for low income people? Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. So once again, something else in the package that does nothing for low-income people. Kind of interesting, right? Also, President Biden was out today, and he made some remarks on inflation. Can you guess what he said? Well, many people are addressing this whole idea and this whole issue with inflation running so hot right now. A lot of people are turning to him saying, hey, we got to do something about this. What are we going to do about it? Can you please give us a solution? Prices are getting out of hand here. We're not really sure what to do. We got the supply chain issue. There's all kinds of price rises. There's, not products on the shelves. What are we going to do about this? And he responded by saying, well, if you pass my two packages, the infrastructure package and the Build Back Better plan, which is the reconciliation bill, basically both these packages together, that will tamp down all of this inflation. Okay, well, didn't really give us the answer we were looking for, because everybody knows right now that, yes, this is the agenda. This is what everybody in Congress, well, not everybody, but some people in Congress want to get through right now. But I guess all of us were maybe looking for a more actionable solution to all of this rather than just the typical sales pitch of get my package passed, right? I mean, we all know that. Of course, I'm not here to pick sides. I'm not here to pick on people at all. But I mean, I guess we were maybe looking for a little bit better of an answer than just pass my packages. Well, yeah, of course. We're working on that, right? Of course, everybody knows that. Pass the packages. So I think a lot of people were thinking, we were actually looking for more of like a solution to the problem that we could actually pass right now, right here, to actually get something done relatively quickly, rather than this 10-year plan with the Build Back Better plan. Remember, it's a 10-year project. So it's not like we're going to see any effects from this thing anytime soon. It's going to be long and drawn out. So for the whole idea of these packages going to be able to tamp down inflation, actually probably not anytime soon, and realistically it may actually lead to more inflation because it's just more money being pumped into the system, right? So even though they say it's all paid for, yeah, over 10 years, right? So anyway, this is kind of a whole issue. Again, I'm not here to take sides. I'm not here to pick on anybody or anything like that. I'm simply telling you the information that I find out there. So kind of an interesting day. A lot of things going on out there right now. In fact, there's a few other very interesting updates, but I want to kind of leave this video as short as possible, bring you these facts and everything like this. But we actually did get some pretty interesting news out of Pfizer earlier this morning. Kind of interesting. A tablet or an oral tablet that you take for COVID that apparently is like 89% effective to keep people out of the hospital. Super interesting stuff. I can come back and give you more details on that later, but I thought that was super interesting. How would you feel about that, right? Just taking a quick little tablet and it's like, boom, done. I don't know. Kind of interesting stuff. So anyway, I wanted to come back with you this quick update, let you know what's going on. But again, I will be watching these votes going down very closely here. We'll have to see. Will they even pass? I mean, realistically, because progressives have already said this procedural rule vote that's going down in the House today is not going to be good enough for them. So we might even see an epic fail on the infrastructure votes later today. So interesting, right? So anyway, wanted to come back with you, share you the quick updates here with everything going on, and just let you know, keep you updated as I said I would do. So again, please enjoy your day. Thank you so much for watching this. Subscribe down below and make sure to watch that video later today with the latest updates. There's going to be some good stuff in there. Winking, winking. I think I'm winking. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, enjoy. Sorry, that was super awkward. Anyway, enjoy your day. Thanks again for watching this. Subscribe down below. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, and I'll catch you again later in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed this update.